Good morning. It's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Trust we're doing good today. We just move straight to the topic today, which is confinement. Confinement. What does it mean to be confined? To be confined means that you're around, maybe, for example, in a particular room, or you're in a particular space. You cannot move. You don't have access to other things. You just are around maybe a particular box, and you just keep moving around the box without getting to explore some other avenues or some other things outside that space. The moment we as human beings start to focus on things that scare us, things that do not allow us to achieve our dreams, or things that do not make us to feel like, yes, we are worth what we are doing, or we are worth more than what we are doing. That's the moment we begin to limit ourselves to the best version we could be, or that's the moment we begin to limit our abilities to the barest minimum level of what we're actually capable of doing. One thing is for sure: everyone has this ability, everyone has this quality to do better than we're doing right now. But not so many of us discover this, because we just feel like, yes, I need some level of approval from some people, and before I can go to this point, I need to do this before I can get this. We begin to tell ourselves a lot of things. There are a lot of things that we see that say, oh, it cannot even make us to achieve our goal or to achieve our dream. We begin to just oval around a circle, or just move in a particular box without exploring more options or as to what we could do. The only danger stopping us from achieving our dreams or desire is that mindset of confining ourselves to think in a particular way, or to think less of ourselves, because people do not approve how we do things. We feel like, yes, because nobody approves what I do, nobody likes what I do, for example, I do not have to keep doing it. A lot of things that people like today, some persons started it at first and people were like, oh, it doesn't make a meaning, it's not something worth it. But as time went by, they began to do these things and continue to in it. They began to learn more about their crafts, learn more about the skills, till it became what it has become now, and people like it. So if you must live a life full of success, you must ensure that you're not the one confining yourself in a wall. You're not blocking some people, or you're not blocking things from coming into you. Yes, some of us will say we are building a wall around ourselves, our skills. We're being protective of our skills and our potentials. We don't want people to influence us. Yes, that's okay, but you have to be careful to know if you're being imprisoned. You have to know if you're the one that's now debarring yourself from moving forward. For example, if I am in this room and I want to go forward, I will just be moving from point A to B. If I don't have access to the door, if I don't have access to move out of this place and see what other thing I could do, then I'll just be thinking in this manner. If you don't go outside, if you don't expose yourself to learning more, then you begin to confine yourself and you begin to achieve less success. We have to train our minds in such a way that when we move out of this confined state, we learn a lot. I have to train my mind, say, okay, I want to learn ABCD, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to keep improving, I want to ensure that my work gets noticed, I want to ensure that my work is the best. I have to move out of that confined state of mind, that prison of mind, that box that I am in. I have to think about it. I have to break free from that. I have to ensure that I don't try to prove my worth every time to people. Let my work speak for me. Let my work speak for me. If I'm doing something, let people see it and begin to appreciate it. That's when I begin to know that, yes, I'm moving out, or I'm out of that confined state of thinking that, yes, I need approvals from people to get the best I want to get to. I need A, B, C, D. I'm sure that most of us, as we begin to listen to this, we can relate with this. There's this quote from Israel Moore. Aivo. He said, break away from the box confining you. Positive dreamers do not follow the status quo. They keep raising the standard of the bar higher and higher. Raise the bar. People who are positive dreamers, people who want to achieve something, they don't follow the status quo. They don't think that, okay, yes, because this did not work for Mr. A, it cannot work for me, or because this did not work for Mr. B, it cannot work for me. What did not work for some other people might just be your own major breakthrough. So why not just think of possible ways to get out of that state of confining your mind to think that yes, you cannot achieve that thing you desire or the dream or the goal. There's this one from Melissa Joy. She said, you are confined only by the walls you build yourself. You are confined only by the walls you build yourself. It is the walls that you build around yourself. It is that barricade, quote unquote, that you build around yourself that confines you, that lessens you. That, in fact, when you think that you're building a wall around yourself or you're creating your own, sometimes we call it our own personal space. Yes, it's good to have your personal space, but in having your personal space, you have to now know whether it is confining you or it is limiting your reasoning. You have to ensure that you are not somebody who is stereotypical in nature. You're not somebody who is deliberately injuring your skills, your abilities, and just thinking that yes, you are in your personal space. Yes, it's good to be in your personal space, but you have to know when it's time to move. You have to know when it's time to learn more. You have to know when it's time to just tell yourself that yes, you don't know everything, but you would learn more to get better at what you do. I want to advise you today that you should not mess up your life being in a particular position. Just keep moving and keep navigating your way to success by not confining yourself, by not being in that state of confinement, by not being in that box and just hovering around without learning more. You have to learn, you have to ensure that you keep moving. Today, my advice to you is don't confine yourself, explore other options, improve your skills, sharpen your skills, and look for ways to achieve your dream or to get to that goal or your desires. And you would see your life blossom in the nearest future. Don't forget, it's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. I'm sure that you've learned something today. Please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Olarinde Toby is the handle. On my Instagram, Toluwatobiloba04, and all of my social media platforms. You can read all of my articles. Just connect with me, and I'll be glad to get responses from you. I am not confining myself. I am looking for possible ways to improve upon my skills and my potentials. And I know that because I have an open mindset, I am free from that prison of thinking that yes, I must just do things in a particular way. Then I know that I'm getting better. So ask yourself today, are you in that state of confinement? Are you the one boxing yourself other than people boxing you? Please don't build walls to stop your growth. Don't build walls to stop your success, and watch your life blossom in the nearest future. I'll see you again next week, Tuesday. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.